All right. So, hey, everybody, this is your girl, Delilah Fitness. Oh man, I got to smile. It's all good. It's all good. So, I have this wonderful, amazing woman I have admired for years, and she is just incredible. You're going to love her just the way I love her. And she's very intelligent. And I got to say, she's somebody that really pulled me and a lot of my interest in the raw vegan world. So, she is a doctor. Her name is Dr. Tumi Johnson. Uh, Mrs. Johnson, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
I would be honored. Thanks for having me, Delilah. So I am a medical doctor, but I'm a holistic minded medical doctor. So I did the regular training. I went to one of the top medical schools in the country, in the United States, did my residency in internal medicine at NYU. After my residency, I went to work for a year in the field as a field doctor for Doctors Without Borders, one of the top international relief organizations. That changed my life. It
Wow.
showed that food is medicine. Came back, did more study in nutrition because I didn't get enough of it in medical school. Integrative holistic medicine. Then I went to do my yoga teacher training because I've done yoga since I was about 15 years old.
Wow.
And really, with that, started creating a holistic based medical practice. I'm a professional dancer. So, dance for me is medicine. It's dance to help people heal. And I also get in my doctor's bag and I use not pharmaceutical medication, but lifestyle changes, especially diet, to help people heal.
Wow. That's so beautiful. You touched on something that was interesting. You said when you was in medical school, nutrition, they didn't really touch up on nutrition. How many hours did you get for nutrition when you was at school?
Again, one of the top medical schools in the country, Vanderbilt University, incredible. Got great training in anatomy, physiology, pharmacology for sure, but microbiology, all the different ologies,
Wow.
nutrition, maybe 5 hours. And that
Wow.
some medical schools, none, maybe 5 hours, I think. So it was abysmally little. What we were being taught is to know the body, know the anatomy, know physiology, know pathophysiology, which means how disease happens, a model of that, and then write prescriptions. And because I'm African American, I'm Nigerian American, I spent the first 12 years of my life in Nigeria. That's my origins. And I say that because I was deeply rooted already in nature and knowing the importance of herbs. So in medical school, I was taking it all in, but I was also like, this is not the true whole story. And so I went to the Amazon and I was in medical school to learn more about herbal medicine, to sit with a shaman in the feet of a shaman and learn these things. And I started incorporating holistic medicine very early on in my medical career. I've been a doctor now, this year will be 20 years. But I consider myself a holistic doctor that uses dance, food, herbs, the way we think, all of it to help heal.
Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's so refreshing to speak to someone of your caliber because you are the best of both worlds because you've been trained by the doctors and then you actually are holistic. So what percentage would you say does nutrition play into the healing of the body?
I'm sitting amidst nature right now. For me, this is also nutrition right here, the C. I call it vitamin C. The food we put into our body, Delilah, is so important. When I was in Africa, I went back to Africa, like I said, I was working with Doctors Without Borders with children and their mothers, and it was literally starving children, malnourished children. I saw babies and little babies, little kids go from shrunken little malnourished children to plump-cheeked, wide-eyed. Their diarrhea was gone, their respiratory disease was gone, the disease was gone, and the mainstay was giving them the food they needed. Food is medicine. Nature provides, through spirit, I believe, nature provides all that we need to thrive. And that includes the apples on the tree, the living food and the herbs that is planted right next to us. That is, I think, a foundation for
Wow.
thriving, not just for healing disease, but for thriving, which is what my vision is for us. Not just to like cure things, heal things, but to be our most vibrant, loving, high vibration selves. And the food is a foundation for that, including
Wow.
our heart. But the food also affects how we think. I had
Mm.
severe depression. I talk about this in my book, Delicious Healing. Severe depression in college and in medical school. And really changing my diet was a huge part of healing my depression. So I see food help people so much in how they think, in their mindset, and in how much their heart can be open.
Wow. Wow. So it's definitely food. Now, would you say, how did you become raw? How did that happen? How did you start consuming raw food? Just
Great question. So again, I told you I was at my dark place. I really reached a pinnacle, as in I wanted to take my life. I did try to take my life in medical school.
right.
About that in my book, Delicious Healing. And there are different
Okay.
aspects of how I pulled myself up from the depths. But I remember lying in that hospital bed, praying and saying, I'm going to live. I know I'm going to live, but if I'm going to live, I need to live a different life than I've been living, because I've not been living authentically. I've not been living aligned to
Wow.
my. And Spirit took me towards different things, including getting therapy, but also including meditation and finally dancing. I've always been a dancer. I would study dance when I would run to the medical school. I was keeping them separate. And when I brought them together, as in I honored all parts of myself, that's when I could really blossom and be a gift to the world through my
Wow.
dance knowledge and bring them together, because dance is medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Raw food was the other aspect of it. After I came back from Africa, taking care of those children, I saw food is medicine. So I dove into nutrition research. I mean, I'm a medical doctor. I went through all the books, looked at the medical literature. It's all
Wow.
there. It's there. You look, you see the works of so many people who come before us. Living foods is the pinnacle, because we are frugivorous beings. If you look at our anatomy, physiology, evolution, human beings, Homo sapiens, are frugivorous beings, which means we're meant to be eating plant foods, living plant foods, and the pinnacle of that, fruits.
Right.
And that was what was the Garden of Eden. That is what we are meant to be eating. And
Right.
literature backs it up. If you look at just regular medical literature, it shows people on plant-based diets thrive. They heal cancer, they heal chronic disease such as heart disease and autoimmune disease and diabetes. I have taken people, so many people now, off their diabetes medication. They no longer meet the qualifications for diabetes on a fruit-based high raw diet. Plant foods, whole foods. So I saw the literature and I was like, I have to change my diet. At the time, I was pescatarian. I'd stopped eating chicken and pork since I was like 13 or 14. I knew that was not for me, but I was eating lots of fish. I was eating lots of dairy. At the time, I had asthma since I was a little girl, eczema since I was a little girl, and depression since about college. Within a few weeks of changing my diet, asthma gone, eczema gone, depression on its way out. So I couldn't keep quiet, Lila. I could not keep quiet. It was clear. I started to talk to my patients about it. And because I didn't have enough time to talk to my patients about it in my 15-minute, 20-minute visits, which is absurd in clinic and hospital, I left. Like, I'm creating my own practice where I can spend an hour with these people that I honor, and talk to them about their lifestyle, what they're eating. And that's when I started seeing changes, and my life has never been the same since. So it was about doing the research, changing my diet, seeing the improvements, and then spreading the message through the work I do.
Wow, that's beautiful. Man, I gotta tell you, I admire you're a doctor, and it's the real deal. I just love this information. Let me ask you, B12. I always get that question. Where do you get your B12? And what is B12 good for? Like, what does it do to the body?
B12 is incredible. All the B vitamins, start thinking about the B vitamins as the beautiful molecules that help you with your nervous system, including your brain. And B12 is one of that. It's incredibly important for cellular regeneration, cellular growth, and especially for nerve regeneration. So when we see B12 deficiencies, some of the things we start seeing are things like memory loss, loss of nerve sensation. But in the unborn fetus, in the unborn child, we see things like problems with spinal defects, again, part of the nervous system. So it's very important. B12, here's the thing that's important to hear, it does not come from animals. Does not come from animals. B12 comes from, I'm lifting up, all I have right here is the beautiful beach, but I'm trying to show you that it comes from the earth. It comes from microbes. It comes from bacteria. Comes from. So eating an animal diet doesn't get you B12 because you're getting, in the usual sense, it gets to you only because you're eating the animals that are full of bacteria.
Okay.
Plus you're getting all the other issues of animals, the hormones, the antibiotics they pump into them, the fear. You're getting the fear of the animal at the time of its death. You're imbibing all of that. You're imbibing that karma. So animals is not where you want to get your B12. I get my B12 when I need it from supplements. If you want to go that route, they also have something called SBO. They are bacterial organisms. It's a more natural way of getting B12, but it's basically bacteria that has been isolated to get the B12. That's how you get B12. And I recommend everyone to get their B12 checked. I have a lot of people that I work with who are animal eaters who are B12 deficient. If you are stressed, which many people in this world, you become B12 deficient. But if you're eating a vegan diet, I also recommend please check your B12 and supplement. You know, back in the day, we didn't need to supplement. Why? Because people were acting like my little 3-year-old child. They didn't wash their hands crazily. They would play with the dirt. They would get, like I do, I would just pick out the collards or the spinach or pick the apple from the tree, barely wash it, pop it in my mouth, because that's where the bacteria then gets in and you get the B12 that way. We are in a hyper sterilized world now. And so we don't get the bacteria in these natural ways anymore. So just check your B12. If you're low, supplement.
Okay. Very good. Wow. Very good. Oh man, I'm learning a lot here. So I've been raw for about 12 years, but I want to ask you, I always get that question, the protein question. Where do you get your protein? How would you answer the question, my friend?
I'm just chuckling because this is the most ridiculous question. I say that with a lot of love for people who have that question. But I want you to, again, let's go back to nature. We've gotten so disconnected from nature. When you see a gorilla, right? No question about his strength. An elephant. Do you ever think, where does that animal get its protein from? Do you think that animal asks themselves, they don't have to worry about that? Nature provides, spirit provides, in the sense, and here's what I'm going to answer now. These are all elephants, gorillas, the primates. They don't eat meats. They don't eat animal products. They eat greens, okay? They eat plants. Plants, the plant kingdom, including fruits, all have protein in them, okay? Now, some have more. Greens have more than fruit on average, definitely. So if you're like, I want to bulk up on a plant diet, eat more greens. If you're eating a cooked diet, go for the beans if you want to. Do the beans, the legumes, but if you're fruit-based, you're going to get at least 5% of your calories from protein from fruit. And that is enough. We don't have protein deficiency. Does not exist if you're eating a whole, we said again, whole foods plant diet. Now, if you're eating processed stuff, you're drinking coconut oil, coconut cream, you're not eating the whole food, you might run into problems. But on a whole foods diet, you never have to worry about protein because the food is packaged beautifully and contains the protein you need. You eat enough calories on a whole foods diet, plant diet, you will get enough protein. I'm still breastfeeding my 3-year-old. I had a raw pregnancy, raw, ecstatic, orgasmic birth, free birth of my child. Have been breastfeeding him for 3 years. I've been eating a fruit-based raw diet now for 11 going on 12 years. Never have I worried about protein. My child, check out my Instagram, vibrantly healthy. I am also.
Beautiful. You knocked it. I love it. So I always get, I'm a cancer exercise specialist. And one of the things I noticed with on oncologists and people who are on stage 3, their consumption at the hospital, what they're feeding the people. I don't say anything, but can you touch up on how raw food and cancer, and how
Yes,
does that work? Please help us
absolutely.
understand this.
Absolutely. So I'm blessed. I love the work I do, right? I have had several patients who are living with cancer and have survived cancer and thriving and healed from cancer. I love the work that you do because I think movement, vigorous, joyful movement is part of the healing of cancer. But food is a huge part of it. And living foods is the optimum because what living foods do, living plant foods, is that it helps you get out of the body's way. So the body is the ultimate healer. Spirit is the ultimate healer, but spirit uses the body as a vessel to heal. And when you get out of its way, and living foods does that better than any other food on the planet. Other foods can clog up, can block things, block physical and emotional channels. Physical channels with toxicity, emotional channels, suppressed trauma. Living foods, best believe that trauma is going to come out of the surface to be healed. You can't hide under living foods. Physically, it gets rid of those toxins. The body just starts healing like you would not believe on living raw foods. I have witnessed people with prostate cancer, breast cancer, heal, reverse through a combination of living foods, love, movement play, movement, vigorous movement. It is not just can it be done, it is your birthright, but you have to give your body the right tools. And eating processed food, I don't care if it's plant-based or not, animal products for sure, is not the way to do it.
Beautifully said. I've been telling people this, but you got the right, you're a doctor, so they'll take it. I'm so glad that you
And I
touched base
see it.
on that.
I see
Thank
it, Delilah,
you.
because don't believe every doctor. You are a thinking person. You go and not all doctors are the same. You have to go and assess that person's heart, their intellect, and does it resonate with your being? And if it doesn't, run. I don't care what credentials they have at the back of their name. But I'm a physician and I come to you with love. I come to you with experience. I come to you having healed, and I come to you getting the opportunity and the privilege to have watched and witnessed, and I still do every day, healing through these modalities Delilah and I are talking about.
I love you, girl.
I love you.
I want to thank you for this opportunity. I've been waiting a lifetime to meet someone like you, and I am so proud of you. I'm so glad that you took some time for me. And I just want to know, how can we get more of you? What books and where can we reach you? Where can people find you? Please, please, please share this, please.
Thank you, Delilah. And I just want to say, I'm so glad you're doing this, spreading the message of vibrant well-being. You embody it, the way you move, your vibrant smile, your energy. It's amazing. And I'm honored to be here and share the space with you. You can connect with me. Best place, my home online is my website, drtumijohnson.com, DRTUMIJOHNSON.com. I'll leave some links. I'll share links with Delilah. Maybe you can post them.
I will.
And on there, it will take you. It's like the jump off point. But basically, check out my book, Delicious Healing. I recommend the audiobook. I get full credit and full, all the money comes to me. Let's keep it real. Okay. All the money comes to me when you get the audiobook. When you get the book on Amazon or the other one, I don't get all of it, but whatever works for you. But read the book, because the book gives you a roadmap to going from where you are, I honor where you are, to where you want to be through movement play, nutrition, meditation, rest. It has dance, poetry, practical steps. It's all woven together because I believe, again, those things are part medicine. And I've had such amazing feedback. Wow. So check out Delicious Healing. You can find that on my website. Okay. The audiobook is me reading, so you get to hear my voice and me leading you through the whole thing. And nice. That's where to find me. My website, I'm on Instagram at The Poem Dances, all one word. I have a YouTube channel with lots of free information and lots of free holistic health advice about a lot of things we're talking about here. The raw food lifestyle, lots of dances on there. And then my healing dances, I'll end with this. My healing dances are what I do. I pair a dance that I create and perform for you to help heal a certain aspect of your entire system.
Wow.
I pair that with a holistic lecture where I break down, here's what you should do practically to heal your body.
Wow.
One of my healing dances I have made free, because people were like, I don't know what that means. What is a healing dance? That just sounds like voodoo, la, 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 la. I said, okay, let me give it to you for free. It's free. You can pay what you want. When you see it, you're like, okay, I see. You can then pay what you want, but it's free. The other poem dances, you got to pay for them, because the worth of these things is incredible. It pairs art with medicine, art with knowledge, which is the most powerful combination. So it's my dance, the art. I move in ways to help instigate, heal your chakra, heal your systems. And then I give you a lecture where I just say, this is what you do. The one that is free is called Digestive Fire. It's all about healing your digestive system, because so many people have a digestive system that's not right. And if your digestive system is not right, your whole body cannot be right. The digestion is your first brain. It's not your second brain, it's the first brain evolutionarily. So Digestive Fire is free on my website. You pay what you want. It's a way for you to tap into my specific special sauce alchemy of dance and holistic knowledge and heal yourself. That's what I have on offer.
Oh, wow. I gotta check that out. Thank you.
Please. Yeah.
I will check that out. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had that on your website, the dance. And now I understand. Okay, so I got to check it out. And I'm gonna get the book, the verbal book, the audio.
I will send that to you.
Oh man, I love it. Thank you so much for your time. Tell your husband, thank you for having patience with me. I appreciate him sending love and energy, loving vibration. And Tumi, I just want to say, sis, I know we don't talk a lot, but I love you.
I love you too. I love you. Every time I see you, I saw a video, I'll just share, saw a video with you. I think it was a Jillian Berry. I was in Croatia and I was just like dancing as I was like, yes, really. Your vibration is so beautiful and you are doing such powerful healing in the world. And Jade and I talked about getting to Belize. And so if we do, we have maybe I'll ask you some questions about Belize soon.
Come,
so we can come and visit you.
Please come. You got some place to stay, wherever you want. I'll take care of you. But come on now.
You're so sweet.
I love you, sis. And thank you for being you. And thank you for everything that you do. Ashe. Thank you.
Ashe.
Thank you. All right. Much love. Thank you. Bye.